Hello, my name is Kenneth Williams, and this is Module 6 of Advanced Addiction Theories. And today I'll be doing a mock session with my wife. She'll be playing my client, and we will be focusing on solution-based therapy. And the technique that I will use with her is the miracle question. And basically in solution-based therapy, we focus on solution-based approaches, building rather than problem solving. So Javon, how are you today?
Not so good today.
Okay. So tell me what's different or what's changed from when you came to see me last week to now this week.
Well, I was always focused on finding me and my kids somewhere to stay because we're still staying with family. And I thought I had more time, but now I'm kind of being forced to look for a place quicker than I expected because my aunt that I'm staying with, it's more family members are supposed to be coming to stay in the house. It's already crowded. It's already not enough room. I'm grateful we're able to stay there because we don't have to stay in the shelter. But I was under the impression I would have, more time to get myself together, save a little bit more money so me and my kids can have our own place.
And so we were able to take a look at some of your tests this week, and you've been doing well. You've been able to maintain your sobriety, and so congratulations on that. How have you been managing the stress of trying to find a home and also being able to be successful in your sobriety?
Thank you for noticing that. It's definitely not easy. I try to, when I notice I'm getting stressed or worried, I did do like you suggested. I got a journal to write things down. That way the thoughts are not just stuck, in my head, or I'm not worried about them. So I write them down, and then I also try to write positive things if my thoughts are not positive. I just try to spend more time with my kids, and that just keeps me focused, because I know if I don't, then I could potentially lose them.
Okay.
And I don't want to do that.
So I'm going to ask you a question, and this may sound a little weird, okay? But I want you to bear with me.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say all the hardship and anxiety and stress that you've dealt with, or you've been dealing with, and tonight you go to bed, and when you wake up in the morning, all of your problems are gone away. Every problem that you have has been solved. What would be the first thing when you open up your eyes in the morning? What would be the first thing that you would notice? Just one thing that you would notice to make you see something's different.
We would have our own house.
You would have your own
space.
Mm-hmm.
That would make me know that something was different.
You would wake up and be like,
yeah, I would be happy. I would be excited. I want to run and see my kids. They would have their own room, and they would notice it too.
So I want you to take that vision, just kind of like you shut your eyes and you realize you just woke up. What does the home look like that you woke up? Is it the one you envision, or is that the one that you're looking for your children?
It is. We'll have enough space for all of us. Each room will be painted a different color with the bedrooms. So I would let them pick out what color they want, and we've even talked about that. That's what we kind of do. Like, we'll go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get, how they have the paint swatches. And so I told them, when we get our own place, this is something we can do together. So I see the colors in my mind that they picked out.
Okay.
And so that would be one thing that I know that would make them happy and make me happy.
What about your family members, the people around you? What would they notice to make them realize something's different about you?
That I maintain my sobriety.
Mm-hmm.
That keeping a job. That I'm probably smiling more because I feel happy that I can accomplish the small goals I've set for myself, and they probably noticed that I was happier or smile more.
You would smile more?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, let's say, let's look at this week. Just in your life in general, have you ever, because I know that's kind of a far stretch, right? You wake up and everything has changed, all my problems are gone. But has there ever been a time in your life where you did wake up and it maybe not all your problems were solved, but there was a change, there was a difference? Something that made you feel like, hey, something is different, and it made you feel good, it made you want to smile. Can you recall a time in your life when that happened?
Yes, when I was able to wake up and have my kids with me in my aunt's house in a safe space.
And how did you accomplish that?
By setting goals, by talking to my aunt, letting her know that I was for real, really serious about maintaining my sobriety, being a good mom, being there for my kids, even asking her for suggestions of what to do as far as like coming to therapy for myself and parenting classes. And once she saw that I was serious about doing those things, and she was more willing to help me. I just had to start off small, like being more active in my kids' life with their school, showing up for the parent-teacher conferences and showing up when I'm supposed to my, my meetings to maintain my sobriety.
Okay, and when you start to accomplish those goals, how did it make you feel?
It made me feel good. It made me feel that I could do anything, that I could be a good mom, and that my family wouldn't be disappointed in me.
Okay. And when you accomplished your goals, did it inspire you to create new goals?
It did.
It did? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have current goals now?
I do.
Did you write them down in the journal that we discussed?
I did.
Okay. And where are you in working toward those goals?
Well, got a stable job. Start with that down. So that's one. Spending more quality time with my kids. That's two. And one that I wrote down, I want to go back to school. So I did apply to a community college. I'm just waiting to hear back.
Awesome. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And as far as, and the last thing I want to discuss is, as far as your sobriety, okay, you're doing a wonderful job as far as
Thank you.
Accomplishing your goals, working, and spending more time with your kids, because those are the things that we discussed in our previous meetings, and it looks like you're accomplishing those things. But sometimes still hardships come, stressful times come, and so we know that you've accomplished these things because you stood firm on your sobriety. You've been doing wonderful. You've been attending your meetings and accomplishing those goals. And so, do you have a plan in place? Do you have, like, what are the steps as far as if you do face some more barriers, to guard yourself from any urges or anything that may try to set you back from moving forward?
So right now, if we have like family functions and I know that there's going to be alcohol involved, and I tend either not to go, I'll go early and then leave early so I'm not there all night. I do have a sponsor who I can call to talk over things with. And even my aunt, she's kind of like my accountability partner. So I always have someone I can call and reach out to if I'm, thinking negatively or questioning whether I can keep doing this. I do have people that I can talk to that are actually positive and that can help me. And I still, have my meetings that I go to weekly. And that's a big help because I can go to the meetings and essentially talk about how I feel and not feel embarrassed or ashamed because everyone there is going through or has been through the same thing. So that kind of helps to be able to talk to someone and without the fear of them judging you or looking down on you.
Okay. Well, everything sounds wonderful. Okay, so that is our time. But you're doing a wonderful job. Keep moving forward. And remember, hard times come, but they don't last. Good people do. And you're strong and you're doing well. And your kids, and you've set some wonderful goals. And so you're accomplishing them. And so just remember how you feel when you accomplish those goals. And always set new ones so you can continue to strive and move upward. Okay, and remember, hard times don't last. Tough people do, right?
Yes.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we just completed our mock session, and I think it went well. I was able to ask the miracle question. I did do a lot more talking than I intended to, only because my wife, was a little nervous. She was comfortable. She got to speaking, and we got to discuss her goals and in her strengths as far as developing that relationship with her children. And so I think that we were able to discuss, give the miracle question, and then build off of that and expound off of that. And so I wanted to give her the platform to speak openly, and even with the talk of her children and building a relationship with her children and things like that. Those are some significant things that goal setting can be built off of. That solution-based therapy can be built off of. Things that I can develop, have her focus on as far as building strength and maintaining sobriety. So those were good insights that she gave me. I think the key was just getting her talking and being comfortable with talking about her life and her sobriety and her children, and then focusing on those strengths, and then also doing a lot of affirmation, a lot of building her up and rewarding her for her positive changes in life, her positive behaviors, her mind, her thought changes. So I thought the session was good, and we covered all the things that I believe that I intended to cover during the session. So I thank my wife for participating, and I hope that we were able to accomplish the task of the assignment. Thank you again.